cold one.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys. Zero alcohol because Coke Zero. Because it's Coke Zero. Ignore the hacking fit.
And there's a man choking on Coke.
And
Not that type.
see, I was making this bit more so that you would have a buffer in the beginning in case you had to, like, you know, maybe if it cut out our intro. But I think you just created an intro. So, ladies and welcome, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Fucking A. You do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a discussion video that we have not been making in a while.
So
it's
yeah,
been a
more
while,
of
right?
these.
How many months? Long months?
It's been a while. All right, so hold on, wait. When was the last time we recorded one of these?
E3.
So like 3 months. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, we were supposed to do like D23 and Comic-Con, but we kind of missed those days.
We missed those, and then
it was a little too late by the time we managed to like.
By the time we got around to them, between the two of us traveling like crazy, and just missing dates, I don't think we've done one of the. Yeah, you're right. We haven't done one since E3. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Also, excuse me when I fuck up every other word because I was on a plane for like 26 hours yesterday. Or, well, traveling for 26 hours. I wasn't on the plane, but you get the idea.
Cut this guy some slack.
So, please.
So, leave very angry comments in the comment section.
Yeah, point hate at the other guy. This guy. I want you to put just an image of me up on screen right now. Just this guy. Fuck this guy. In any case.
That's fine.
You're not going to remember to do it anyway.
Well, it depends. It depends on how quick I do it.
Right. All right, so this is your shit.
So I mean, I wanted to talk about Comic-Con when that happened in July. But
right.
I think new development, more things that have come out from DC. I mean, I don't think there's much to talk about Marvel. I mean,
Marvel's going to do well and everything, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have scrolls, and that's going to make stories for the next 10 years. So let's forget about that. I want to talk about DC because I think they're more interesting right now. We know Marvel's going to do good. DC is like, what the hell?
What are they doing?
Drinking? What are they doing?
Right. Although, I mean, after Wonder Woman, it's like they might actually have found their footing finally.
Yes. And I really like Wonder Woman. And I think I said that before. Like, I really enjoyed that movie. Have you seen it?
I still have not seen Wonder Woman, no. Did you ever put out your review of Wonder Woman?
Yes, I put out a review of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I also put out one of Spider-Man, but that one got blocked.
Oh, shit,
down
really?
by Sony. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why, but Sony's a dick.
I mean, well, yeah, clearly.
But okay, so I want to talk about DC because something came out this week about a standalone Joker origin movie that is going to be outside of the DC extended universe with a new actor portraying the character. And I think this kind of like throws a wrench at the whole like DCEU thing.
Here's my question, right? Could this be them starting their own their multiverse for movies? Because remember, the comics obviously have always had different storylines.
Yeah.
Right? And with them having done Death of Superman and Doomsday in BVS, and pretty much doing the Return of Superman in the
in Justice League. Mm-hmm. Which, come on, if you didn't know that.
Which I was, it's fucking. Also, he shows up and talks to Alfred at the end of the trailer. How do you? Who else?
Actually, it could actually be the Green Lantern to Sam.
It's fucking dumb.
It's
Superman.
Superman.
But it's like they're going. I mean, if it's not Superman, we're gonna be eating these words in a couple months.
It's Supergirl.
Oh God! Oh God! No!
I've heard people say it's Supergirl. I'm like, why?
Please,
why would they introduce Supergirl right now?
But it's like they're very clearly like doing a different timeline from anything else they've done before. Like a lot, like they've taken a lot of the other timelines and put them together to make this one the DCEU one.
Yeah.
But the comics have also always kind of like they've always kind of done those different like timelines and done different things with them, where they have different characters and they're all like, they're each time they make the Joker's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like if you take Jack Nicholson to Mark Hamill to
Heath Ledger.
Ledger, and now Leto.
Huh?
Like all those are very different Jokers because they all come from very different timelines. Because all those, I want to say movies, but Mark Hamill's Joker wasn't movies. But still, like all those movies, like
he did the Killing Joke.
Oh yeah, shit, it was.
Although that movie was terrible, just ignore it.
I mean, that's a different discussion. But I mean, like a lot of those. Each one of those characters existed in a different movie, which existed in a different timeline.
Different universes.
Right? Different universes. But all those universes were split apart by years. Real life years. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, you would not look at Dark Knight Rises and... what was it Batman Returns? Which one was the one that had bat nipples?
Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin. You would not look at Batman and Robin and Dark Knight Rises and be like, oh yeah, those are in the same universe. They're very much not.
Yeah, huh.
Now, with people, the general public being a little bit more movie literate and comic book literate, and this idea of multiverses being a little bit more commonly known to people, do you think that what DC might be trying to pull off here is saying, we have our main DCEU universe 2A or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the DC naming convention is for universes.
Well, what universe are we on according to Rick and Morty? C-137?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that.
But what if they wanted to do splinter universes where they could kind of explore different ways of doing this? Because let's be honest, Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad was not great.
No, not at all.
In fact, he did nothing for the. He shouldn't have existed.
He was there for the marketing campaign.
Yeah, like I liked the premise of his Joker, where he was kind of like the more of the gang boss Joker.
Yeah,
complete psychopath. But then they didn't do anything with him. So if they'd done that later, I would have been fine with it. But if they tried to pull off something else where they kind of shot off to the side and showed a different version of this Joker, which is separate from the main universe Joker, and then now they have a separate universe based on this Joker, they can bring in other characters for this mini Jokerverse.
I can see
and explore this. Typically a villain who you don't really get to work with a lot, and they can explore his side of things a lot more.
See, I heard that. I have two things to add. One, this origin story is going to be produced by director and producer Martin Scorsese. Just a small name in movies.
Yeah, you might have heard of him.
Yeah. And according to the report, this is also going to launch a new subsection of Warner Brothers where they make standalone stories for DC characters portrayed by other actors and to show new storylines. Which, I mean, I think this is one of two ways. This is one, a failsafe, so in case the DC universe explodes, they have a backup. They already have a backup plan.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a failsafe. I would call it just taking a backup. Taking a server backup and putting it off-site somewhere and just going, in case this building gets nuked, we have that one 50 miles down the road. Maybe that one will survive.
Yeah. And two, I feel that this thing gives creators a lot of power and a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, like
the problem currently with the DCU is that they're trying to connect absolutely everything together, right? Like Wonder Woman and Batman and The Flash and Man of Steel, everything has to work together in the same universe. However, if you are free to do any storyline without having to worry about continuity with, this has to connect to the next Justice League movie. No, screw that. You can just make a great movie with a great story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah. Yeah, you raised a good point there. I have nothing else really to say about that. Because it's like that also kind of goes back into what if they're trying to make a concurrent multiverse.
Yeah.
Because you obviously you have the big mainline branch, which is the big DCEU.
Mm-hmm.
But with this Jokerverse, you can do exactly what you said, right? You can explore. Well, you can kind of take what I said too, but you can explore these smaller characters. Not smaller, but like the people we don't usually see as much.
Yeah.
We don't see their side. We don't see the Joker side a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think we're gonna see a new Batman anytime soon.
We're probably what we're gonna be looking at with this Jokerverse is we're gonna see Joker start his side of things, because usually we see him, but we see him through the good guy side. We see him through Batman, through whatever government official he's stabbing a pencil through. But we don't very often see Joker from Joker's side. Hell, we've seen Joker from other bad people's side, and he's still a bad person. It's like we saw the mob from the Heath Ledger's Joker, right?
Yeah.
We saw him through the mob side, and then he burns all their fucking money.
Yeah.
It's like we've never seen the Joker shown as a good guy, which you can't do unless you look at it from Joker's side.
Oh.
He needs to be the protagonist. He needs to be our viewpoint into the world. And with the Jokerverse, you can start off with them potentially being good, right? Depending on which way. If they go with the Red Hood falling into chemicals or the
Killing Jokes. I mean, the Killing Joke story kind of explains his...
Right. But it's like, depending on like which way you go, like you can have him being a potentially good person.
Mm-hmm.
Traumatic event. Start going crazy. Gone crazy. Absolute psychopath. Dies. End of Jokerverse.
Well,
And in that, you have, right there was good, traumatic, going crazy. At least 3 movies in there, during which you can explore Joker himself very thoroughly, as well as all the supporting cast that usually interacts with Joker.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, we're not going to see another Batman show up, and we're going to hear about the fucking pearls again for the 20,000th time. I'm talking more like, if we're talking more like, original Mark Hamill's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Harleen Quinzel is a psychiatrist, talks to Joker, starts, Stockholm syndromed. And then we see more of her. It's like Harley Quinn's actually generally interesting character. It's just that Suicide Squad fucked it up.
Harley Quinn, I think, was relatively well portrayed in Suicide Squad. That's one of the few things that was good about that.
I mean, it's like seeing in Joker's transition, which is a very quick, traumatic snapshot or a snap from one side to another. He goes from being Red Hood, the guy who cat burgles diamonds, to Joker, who will shoot you in the face because he thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
Like and that happens in an instant. Harleen Quinzel goes from psychiatrist legitimately thinking she can help Joker to
going just as crazy
falling down a pit to realizing he's not trying to reach up to get out, he's reaching up to drag her in further, realizing she's at the bottom, getting out of an abusive relationship, and then still being a broken person.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a storyline that has been followed, but it's been followed in the books or comics, and I don't know how many issues it was, but it was more than one. It was a lot, and it's like there's a lot of things you can do. Hell, the video game, what's it called?
Arkham City?
No, the beat 'em up, the fighting one.
The Injustice.
Injustice. In that one, if you do Harley Quinn's storyline, like at one point, fucking Scarecrow shows up, throws his fear gas at her. Who shows up?
The Joker.
The Joker. Where's the Joker in Injustice? Dead.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's dead. So in that, and it's a very well written piece. It's all in a cutscene, but it's a very well written piece where it shows how trauma and abuse kind of carries on with you, even after the abuser is gone. And it's like, and you could fit that into a 4-part miniseries or like 4-part mini like movie arc with the Joker and his descent to madness and death, and then like how he affected those around him.
Although I would see you're talking about expanding on this one movie. I would fine if it was just one movie. If you said we're only getting one Joker movie, one movie to just go in depth with him,
right?
I mean, I'll be fine with that. I'm really fine with them not sequelizing everything.
Right. Now, my situation is I'm talking more about if they went with like the multiverse part of what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Because like if you have one movie branch off to show a disconnected like origin story to a character,
Mm-hmm.
that's a movie you've now made that you can't do anything with. If you
That's right.
use that disconnected origin story to say, hey, what if, and they did 3 more movies after it, and you really explored that, we could end up with the Joker version of the Dark Knight trilogy. And then they go, hey, what if Green Arrow? We end up with the green version of the Dark Knight trilogy. And none of these are connected to the main DCU, where it's like they're 50 years in the future, and it's like the third Justice League exists, and they're fighting whatever new alien they came up with. But then in between, we end up with a Rogue One situation where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to put out a Justice League movie every 2 years. But in between, here's Black Canary.
Yeah.
Here's Green Arrow. And it's like we've got these mini-verses inside of the multiverse in which we see these characters kind of fleshed out on their own, but separate from the current DCEU.
Yeah.
It's not every single one has to be a
like
story.
here's a mainline story, and here are some spin-off films that have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. And while that would be very confusing for someone to go, hey, last year they were fighting Doomsday. Why is Green Arrow just now finding out he can shoot bows?
Mm-hmm.
To someone who follows these things, being able to go, okay, this is part of the mainline DCEU, from BVS to Justice League to whatever's next. And here is the Jokerverse. Here is the Arrowverse. Here is, like, you could do a lot more with those where you can shoot off and, like, kind of look at them and do the other story arcs from the comics and not just the main one that the Justice League universe is following.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
that's all I was saying. Like, in that theory, a branch needs more than one movie in it, but it doesn't need to be its own 20-part movie series.
Now, I have a crazy theory, but I'm going to get to that later because I want to talk about a couple of things first.
All right.
Aside from that Joker stuff, it also came out... Okay, so yesterday it was kind of clarified, but the director of the Batman movie said that the Batman was going to be standalone and outside of the DCEU, to which everyone said, wait, what? Okay. Yesterday was kind of clarified that it's like, oh yeah, it's in the universe. It's still in the DCU, but it will not like have lasting effects on the universe. It's like, yeah, it's there. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Like, it's in the universe.
Like it's there,
but it's in another star system.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not going to affect what's going to happen in the Justice League movie, per se.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with doing that.
That gave your example was Guardians of the Galaxy, which those are 2 very good movies. They never really mentioned the Avengers in either of those, and they're still excellent movies. They exist in the same universe. They're going to be brought in for
Infinity War.
Infinity War, obviously. But it's like, if we do the same thing with Batman, I'm like, fucking that's basically how the the TV series always went on. All the animated stuff. Like, all those universes existed together, but each episode was its own thing. I'd be completely fine with that.
And again, do you allow the director and the creative team to kind of show their vision and not having to worry about too much of the continuity? I mean, they have to worry about it a little bit, but the further you pull it apart from it, the more room you have to play with. As a creative team, so I kind of really like that idea, and it could also allow the Batman movies to actually do
right. And I mean, it's also a lot easier probably to have just Gotham in a movie instead of all of the United States with Gotham, Metropolis, Arrow City, whatever, Flash City, all those. Like, it's probably a lot easier just to have one block of Gotham. Hell, you could probably make a pretty good Batman movie with one skyscraper, where he basically just Judge Dredd's an entire fucking...
Do you want to go Die Hard? That's what, do you want a Batman Die Hard movie?
I didn't until now. And now I'm a little sad that won't exist for a long time. Hey, when's the next Judge Dredd coming out? I heard that there was like another one potentially in the talks.
I don't
completely
even know.
Shifting off of what we were talking about, but
they could do it in standalones in the spin-off movies. Yeah, but that happened, and so my crazy theory was, and I don't think we had time to talk about this because it was announced at Comic-Con. We know DC is planning on doing Flashpoint.
Correct.
There's going to be the Flash movie. And, I mean, if you've read Flashpoint, you know that Flash travels, like, goes back in time, changes something, goes back to the present, and everything has, like, changed because butterfly effect and stuff. Like Atlantis and Atlanteans and Amazonians are at war with each other. Superman's like hitting a secret bunker. Batman is not Bruce Wayne, is Thomas Wayne, his father. So a lot of the universe changed, and then when he goes back, some of those effects kind of when he fixes everything, he goes back. Some things might have still changed. At least that happened in the TV show. I don't think they happened in the comics.
I'm not very familiar with the Flashpoint comic arc. All I know is that it was basically a time paradox happened by going backwards in time.
Exactly.
Which is what happens every time.
So, crazy theory, which would kind of it's fine. Which would kind of undermine what they're trying to say right now. But I could see Warner Brothers doing it because they can. That is, hey, how do you guys like the new Joker? They give me the standalone movie. You like them? Really? Okay. Hey, Flashpoint happened, so he's our Joker now.
I see what you're talking about. However,
you could totally, they would totally do this.
They absolutely could. My one question for that: do they want to use their mulligan right now? The DCEU is just now really picking up where people are actually taking interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wonder Woman and then the Promised Justice League.
Yeah.
BBS, they fucked up.
Yeah.
Man of Steel, they fucked up. The Suicide Squad was fucked up. Right? But if Justice League is good, and then they do Flashpoint to change characters around a few events, would that derail them from what they're on right now? Do they want to use the mulligan now, or do they want to use it on the next fuck up?
See, I feel you could easily change a few aspects. I mean, I don't mean you have to change everything, right? Just pick and choose what hasn't worked, kind of move forward with what does. Like, say, Wonder Woman's fantastic, right? You want to keep her, so she's safe. People like Batman, he's staying safe as long as he doesn't end his contract.
Right. Keep him on for Bruce Wayne. Have someone else be Batman. But I keep saying this. I liked Affleck's Bruce Wayne. Like, he makes a very suave, almost the same way that RDJ is a Tony Stark. He does a very well done Bruce Wayne. The problem is Iron Man basically is Tony Stark. Batman is very different from Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
So it's like, I like Affleck's Bruce Wayne. Get a body double to do the Batman scenes.
Although I like his new suit in Justice League. It looks really cool. I really love it.
Yeah, the suits are always fucking cool. I will say the Hulkbuster Batman suit was a little weird for fighting Superman and Doomsday, but I mean the suits are still very well done.
And especially that the standard suit in BVS was I don't like it. Please, no, just
no. You didn't like it? Really?
No, the standard suit.
Yeah.
The gray one.
Yeah, the gray and
I don't like it.
I thought it was fine. I
don't like it. I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me.
I like it more than the blue suit, blue spandex with a bright yellow.
For sure.
Belt.
No, but like, I mean, you've seen the new suit that it kind of looks like
I haven't seen the new
like
one.
that character from Watchmen, like the hot guy from Watchmen.
Night Owl.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
it. It kind of looks like that. It looks.
Batman new suit. Right?
Yeah, Batman Justice League suit.
Justice League suit.
I think that suit actually looks really, really cool.
I'm pulling this up right now.
And because he's a bigger guy than...
Oh, shit, that is totally Night Owl.
He looks a little... he's a little more buff than Christian Bale. I don't know. He kind of has that comic book Batman feel with a really awesome suit on top.
That totally is fucking Night Owl. Holy shit, you're right.
Zack
Can
Snyder.
we get the comedian back? That'd be pretty great.
You know, actually, in the comics in Rebirth right now,
I
Watchmen.
assume
Watchmen.
this is the one you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's totally Night Owl.
Watchmen and the main DC universe are in the same universe. You know that, right?
Wait, Watchmen and the current Justice League is in the same.
Yes, they're in the same universe. In DC Rebirth.
What the fuck?
Yep.
So could we see? Well, no, because Watchmen is done deal. They kind of wrapped that up pretty nicely. How would they bring them back? The old.
How do you think comic books work, man? Reboots.
Flashpoint?
Just reboots.
Is that what Flashpoint is going to be? Just stopping the death of Rorschach and making sure that Ozymandias, I forgot his name, doesn't blow up Manhattan? Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, basically.
Wait, no. Dr. Manhattan would see through that. Wait, fuck. This is why you don't play with gods, man. Superman and Dr. Manhattan should not exist in the same universe because Superman is basically a god and Dr. Manhattan literally is a god. How do you write for them?
I don't know, man.
Very carefully.
They go to GodCon every year.
Who else shows up?
Kind of chill down with Aquaman and Wonder Woman. It's like, hey, dude, how you doing?
Let's see. Darkseid comes along. Which that is, I recently found out that apparently one of the most badass Superman lines. Like this line made me actually kind of like Superman for a little bit. Where Superman describes daily life as living in a world of cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because obviously, like, if he sneezed at you, you'd probably be obliterated. It'd be like getting sucked into a 747 jet turbine.
Yeah.
Right? You'd just be obliterated on the spot. He said that, he was fighting, I think it was Darkseid, which is basically, their version of Thanos.
Yeah.
And basically, before beating the literal shit out of him, as in he was just, I'm pretty sure there was a turd in one of the panels. He was so, like, such to a pulp. I'm trying to remember the exact. It was like, here we see a rare example of when I can let loose, or something like that. Basically, Superman was like, yeah, you're big enough, bad enough that I don't need to hold back. Cue, like, 5 pages of just Darkseid getting beaten into the ground. And that actually made me, like, I saw that on Reddit a couple days ago, and that actually made me like Superman for a little bit. Then I remembered that it was basically made by a 5-year-old that thought, you know what? No, I have an everything-proof shield. Fuck you. Fucking bike chain, bitch. Did you ever use... Alright, we're getting off topic here.
Yeah.
Which is a different show on YouTube. Go check them out. You ever use weaponized bike chains as a kid on the schoolyard? Or was that just me?
We didn't have bikes in our school.
I see.
I was in a private school.
I see. Let me tell you, you pop a link off a bike chain, that's a very strong, very well-made metallic whip that you got there.
Oh, yes, I understand.
And, I'll also let you know that bike chains are very good at removing teeth if you need them to. Didn't totally find that out on my own or anything. No, don't sue me.
Is it because your teeth fell off that way?
I still got 28 precious pearly whites. I say 28 because I've wisdom teeth and then... Actually, no, wait. Do wisdom teeth count as the 32 number?
Nah, I don't know.
All I know is that the number everyone spouts is adult humans have 20 or 32 teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include wisdom teeth? Or is it 36 with wisdom teeth?
I don't know. I don't feel like...
Point is, I never had any teeth knocked out, no. Surgically removed, yes.
Oh, we can
knocked out
that.
Watch it. I know how to use bike chain. Anyway, how long have we been going? I can't see it from here.
I can't see anything. I'm blind.
All right, excuse the noise on this microphone.
I am blind.
We're at about 30 minutes on the dot.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time left. So,
or are you sure you don't?
Ooh,
oh, excuse me. That's Coke for you. So usually, like, I don't like Superman, obviously. Just getting us back on track here. I don't like Superman just because he's been written in such a way that there is nothing to do but kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's literally like
and magic.
kryptonite and magic. It's like kryptonite is literally the only thing that's effective against him, to the point where it's become a saying of, "Oh, my kryptonite is whatever."
Yes.
Where that is the one thing that is bad for you, and it's so bad that it drops you to your knees. That's not a very well written hero.
Not
right?
at all.
When it's a bullet bounces off of him, right? He can hear you on the other side. He can hear you in space because, magic. He can literally lift half of infinity, which is still infinity. He that's not a he has no flaws, which is his flaw. Like, that's a Mary Sue right there.
Yes.
It's like he's so perfect that it's a problem. It's like that's not a well-made hero, because now it's like any conflict he gets thrown into, you never need to worry about it. Like even usually there's plot armor. Heroes don't die.
Yeah.
Except Superman, but then he comes back, so he doesn't die. Batman, right?
He can be shot with a bullet and
He can be shot and he dies. Bane, canonically, breaks his back every time, right? And it's like, that makes it's related. He's still a man under that suit. It's not an armor; it's just a suit. To the point where you need to go, oh shit, how is he going to get past this? You're not, he's going to get past it. That's plot armor. But then it's like, your back's broken. That will put you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. But he's Batman. What is he gonna do? How is he gonna do it? And that's the interesting part. Superman, oh, he's got a rock. What's he gonna do? Oh, he swatted it away. Yeah, he's fine again.
Yeah, Superman is just really, because he's the ideal person. There's nothing really interesting.
The ideal. He's not even a person. He's literally an alien. He's the ideal hero.
The ideal hero. That makes him really uninteresting. Unlike Batman, who actually has to think through his problems and find a way to beat his enemies without killing them.
Although I would argue that half the shit he does in the games and movies would still probably kill them.
Suspension of disbelief.
Personal favorite is all the dangling people upside down from ledges in what was the newest Arkham game? Arkham Knight, I think.
Yeah.
It's like in the first level, you have the option of dangling 5 thugs upside down by their ankles from a ledge. Some probably 20 feet up. And then you can, of course, cut the rope.
Yeah.
And drop them on their heads.
Yeah.
It says unconscious. They're dead. It's like that's your computer not wanting to get onto your they're dead. That's as dead as you get.
Yeah. Basically.
But it's like even the original Superman, the Man of Steel, right?
Yes.
You can still cut a hole in steel. It used to be he couldn't fly. He could leap buildings in a single bound. That was his thing. He was so strong he could jump, right? He was faster than a speeding bullet. He wasn't impervious to bullets. He was just fast enough to have dodged them. And those are interesting ways of showing characters of, oh, he has a human ability turned up to 11, turned up to 12, turned up to whatever, right? It's like his body is so strong, he can jump over the skyscrapers. That's a human trait. Humans can jump, just turned up to max. He's super fast. He can dodge bullets. Humans can dodge tennis balls, not bullets, but, And those things were, made him at least somewhat relatable because he was the Man of Steel. He was a man, just
on steroids. A Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they turned him into an alien. Then they turned him into a god, and then he became unrelatable. And that's where my problem with Superman is. In my language, he's still Man of Steel. Steel Man. That's what we call him. If we say Superman, that's just because we're using the English name, and we're just, anglicizing it. And it's not anglicizing when it's over in English, is it?
No.
Point is, it's when he was just a guy that was super strong and super fast, that was a much more interesting thing because he couldn't fly to the moon and back. He couldn't teleport behind you. He couldn't shoot lasers out of his eyeballs. He didn't even have frost breath for a while, I don't think. They added that in. Eventually it got the power creep turned up. He's super strong, he's super fast. What do we do with him? Give him laser beams. All right, he's
Yeah.
super fast and he's super strong. He's got laser beams. What do you do with him?
Something.
He can fly. All right, he's got all of those things. What do we do with him? He pisses pure gold. Sure. It's like you run out of ideas and you run out of problems, and then you end up with the problem being that you don't have problems. And now you don't have a good story that you can write anymore.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
the fact that he is limitless.
yeah.
That you know, there's not
It's not
there's
engaging.
no obstacle you can put on Superman
Yeah.
that he won't overcome, because the writers always come up with a new thing that he can do.
Yeah. It's always so. It's even like I always kind of thought it was bullshit in a lot of cartoons will do that same thing. Where it's like, oh no, this huge problem I've never dealt with before. Let me just pull out this gadget I literally invented this morning in case this very specific situation might happen.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, cool, yeah, you totally.
the
planned
reason
that.
I like the Flash is because his powers all revolve around doing a
Fast.
motion really fast.
Fast.
Right, just fast,
He's
fast,
fast.
fast, and do it faster, 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 faster. That's about it. The
Faster,
only
faster,
thing you're
faster,
gonna get,
faster.
the only thing you're gonna get from Flash is that he's gonna get faster. And he's gonna use that speed in some different way to solve his problems.
Right.
But he's limited to that.
Right. My one argument with that would be then, you go from he's fast to he's fast enough to time travel to he's fast enough to teleport to he's fast enough to punch you with infinity. It's like it's like that power creep is like when you take human attributes and you turn it up to 11, you always end up on this power creep scale where
Yeah.
it's like he's fast. All right, there's someone faster. Now he's faster than them. Now there's someone faster than him. Now he's faster than them. Now there's someone faster than him. And then it's like now he's at infinity and he can punch. If he like looks at you, you explode and the world is gone and the universe gets reset.
This
and
is
it's
the
like
Dragon Ball Z paradox.
it's like exactly. Then you take Batman, which this is like why I think Batman is the best hero, because what is Batman? He's a guy in a suit that knows karate.
Yeah.
And he's got money, but
He's rich. His superpowers are he's rich.
yeah, his powers are that he's rich and he has time to train and to build stuff and to think and to be a detective. Like that is what Batman is. At his core, Batman is a detective. He's not a guy that reacts to help, help, I'm being mugged by a guy with a super gun. And then all of a sudden Superman it's like I've got laser beams. Psst, problem solved.
Well,
Batman's like 12 people died in this warehouse. There's bullet holes in that wall. We've got casings over here. That caliber doesn't match up. There were 2 people here, 2 guns. Who has guns? Punisher. Punisher, did you do this? No. I see. Case closed. I'm Batman. Smoke
Punisher
screen.
is a Marvel character.
Fuck.
Deathstroke.
No, Punisher's you're thinking Crossbones.
No, Punisher's. There's a Netflix Punisher.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I thinking Crossbones? I'm thinking Crossbones. Sorry. Isn't Crossbones?
Still.
There's one that's very Punisher-y that's also...
Crossbones is also in Marvel. He was in Civil
Fuck,
War.
really?
Yes.
Oh, shit, you're right. Fuck. Who the hell am I thinking of? Hold on. DC.
Just say Deathstroke.
Sure. DC. Punisher. I forgot the name for a little bit.
What? Oh goodness. So, but I mean, you also have characters like Spider-Man and Captain America, who have very defined set of abilities and weaknesses, which is basically they're still human.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm completely tuning you out because I don't. I could have sworn.
You couldn't find anything.
No, I could have sworn. All right, sure. Let's just go with Deathstroke. But man, I feel dumb.
I mean, you are, but
I'm also jet lagged to hell. But huh?
blame it on the jet lag. Yeah, that's.
Hey, fuck you.
Still nothing?
I don't know how I got that wrong. All right, sure. But point is, it's like with Batman, it's like he's a detective. Sometimes that means punching the crap out of people. Sometimes that means pulling a jetpack out of thin air. Sometimes that means that you get to see the sweet grappling moves. But he doesn't fly, not without a plane.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't turn into a bat.
No.
He can't, think up a super weapon.
Although his belt is super convenient.
His belt is very convenient, but usually it's like
Shark spray.
that's kind of going, that's going back to what I was saying earlier. It's like I didn't like Adam West's Batman was one I didn't like because that one was the one of I invented this thing this morning. That's basically just it's fair to godparents.
It was a goofy.
Yeah, it's like it was there just to entertain the 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
But like the utility belt as an idea is good because you've got things on there that you might always need. Rope, some kind of oil probably. Things that, would probably always be good.
Maybe some alcohol.
I'm sure there's one of the nubs on there is probably just a shot. But it's like that's kind of how Batman operates is he makes gadgets. Or rather, he studies the situation, right? You've got the Joker. Okay, not the Joker. Scarecrow is running rampant, right? You know that his big weapon is fear gas, right?
Yes.
What are you going to do with that? You're probably going to have a rebreather on your belt somewhere.
Yeah.
Just so that you have oxygen to breathe and not make you go crazy scared gas, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense. That would probably be on a Scarecrow belt. You've got Bane running rampant again, right? You'd probably have a suit of armor that has a reinforced back.
Yes.
It's like that is like what Batman goes for. Is like he doesn't have one thing that goes for everything. He's not Iron Man, where every panel on his suit has rockets or lasers or whatever to deal with everything. He has one thing to deal with one thing. He's got the Bane suit. He's got the Joker suit. He's got the Scarecrow belt. It's like things like that is what makes Batman good because he steps back, goes, this is who's behind this. This is what they do. Here's what I can do against that. Let's go. Yeah. Then there's Superman who shows up and just punches you into oblivion.
Yeah.
Which one of those is more fun to watch?
Yeah, but Batman.
Honestly, the first couple times probably the Superman thing, but continuously the Batman one.
Yes.
Like watching Superman just go poof and then pink mist.
That's
would be kind of cool. After the third time, it would get kind of boring, I feel like.
See, let me predict the Justice League end for you. They're going to get together, finally, after a long while. They're going to fight the parademons, try to defeat Steppenwolf, and when the end is near and there's no hope, Superman's going to come back from the dead and help them defeat Steppenwolf and Justice League ends.
Yeah, that's basically what's going to be. Like, he's such a... I want to use the term trump card, but I have a feeling like some people might take that out of context. But he's such a... Like, Superman is the ace in the hole.
Yes.
It's like, that's why I don't like Superman standalone movies. Because Superman and standalone movies have never been fun. Because it's always like, they have to tone him down, right? Because if he's at max, those movies are over in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But then you put him into a team movie. Okay, you got to tone him down again because if he's at max, you got to put him in at the last 5 seconds.
Just keep kidnapping his mother. That seems to work.
Apparently. But it's like, it's such... I don't like Superman. He's just a bad character. And it's like, there are arguments against it. Like I said, it's like watching him beat the living shit out of Darkseid. Like, that's, letting him go to max is a cool thing. But that was also like, it was 2 pages, and that was it. That was 2 pages in a 50-page comic book of him going at max. If that was every single one of his stories, you'd have 2 pages where it was cover, story, back cover. And that would be it, because like he's so stupidly strong right now. It's like you need to go back to Man of Steel time, like in the beginning in the 50s.
Yeah,
more
than that.
When was I don't know when Superman was
Superman
made.
is over 75 years old, like 77, 78.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah.
So that's what
puts us like in the 40s.
40s? I mean, I'd still argue that like the 50s Superman was probably still like
40s,
closer to the
30s,
more human, less god.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's like if you want to make a more compelling Superman, I feel like you have to go back there. Forget current Superman and go a different route with him. Have him be super strong, super fast, but don't let him fly. Don't give him lasers. Don't let him breathe fire or ice or dragons or guns that shoot bullets. actually make a hero that throws guns at you, and when that gun hits something, it shoots out another gun that shoots out another gun that shoots out a bullet. That would be really fun, watching the trigonometry of like just a gun shooting a gun shooting a gun shooting a bullet, watching that bounce around the room, and then having someone else die than you wanted would be really funny. Actually, that would be the best hero. It's like, have no fear, it's Gunman. He throws a gun, shoots someone he didn't mean to go shoot, goes shit, picks up another gun, throws that, shoots someone else, and then the mugger's gone. I want to see that happen. That needs to be like a 20-minute short movie.
Okay, I can tell you're really tired because you just took a discussion about how to deal with the DC universe to
Hell no, this was about the
Rant.
standalone Joker movie
yes.
to throwing guns that shoot bullets.
Okay, so let's finish this up.
What if it was a bullet that shot a gun that shot a gun that shot a bullet?
Okay, Tommy, you need no alcohol tonight.
It's like what's that? It's like 11 for me right now.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you. We have more movies coming. Some movies that didn't get in the official schedule, but they're planning Batgirl. They're planning Justice League Dark. They're Nightwing and other things like that.
Right.
Do you think these movies probably work best outside the DC universe as standalones?
Those would be going. I feel like those would fit into my concurrent multiverse idea, where you could have those stand off and be on their own, not affect the main DCEU, but be affected by it. Where the setup is something that happened in Justice League, right?
Okay.
Like the same way that BVS kind of started with, that scene from Man of Steel,
same like
where
Suicide
Zod,
Squad, like Suicide Squad, right? Which is basically like, oh, the events of Batman v Superman happened.
right? Exactly. And it's like, I feel like you could have something like that, set up a standalone. I'd say, let's say Joker comes along, robs a bank, and then in the process shoots the mayor. Mayor's daughter goes, well, fuck, that's not cool.
That's what the mayor's daughter would say if her father got murdered by the Joker.
I didn't say murder, just shot at. And then that's the birth of Batgirl, and then, meets, inspired by Batman. I don't know. It's like, and then Batgirl happens, interacts with Batman in some manner of like getting started, and then goes on to like keep Gotham safe while Batman goes off into
Also,
space.
may I add a note to that? Please, DC, please, by the love of God, do not put Batman in a romantic relationship with Batgirl. Because by God, I hate that every freaking time Batgirl appears on screen nowadays, she wants to bang Batman. And I don't want that.
Wasn't she like 16 the first time she showed up? I feel like she was underage.
Like in
and
the
I don't
killing,
know how I feel about that.
do you know how the Killing Joke started?
I've heard.
Exactly. The Lego Batman movie even revolves around like whole like Batman having feelings for Batgirl, and I don't care if I spoiled that for you because it's a Lego movie.
It's a Lego Batman. It's the Lego Batman movie. It's a Lego movie, and it's a Lego Batman movie. It's like, what do you fucking expect?
I mean, in other words,
I was surprised. Like, it was surprisingly enjoyable.
Yeah.
The plot didn't make a lot of sense, but concerning what the Lego movie was, I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised with Lego Batman.
I mean, having Sauron, Voldemort, and Godzilla in there was kind of cool. But going back to it. When you bring Harley Quinn and Batman together, please don't make him sleep together like you just did in the animated movie, because why does every freaking woman in this universe want to bang Batman? Like,
in their defense,
no defense here.
I want to bang Batman. God, we're going over time.
Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this video, what you might want to hear. Leave a comment below. What you want from DC? Do you want the standalone movies? Do you want them to fix the DCEU, or just screw it all? Who cares? Let us know, please. And if you want to watch more videos like this, just click right here. Bye.